The next one is unfair contract terms. Unfair contract terms. Contracts between, look at this, contracts between institution and consumer shall not contain unfair terms. You cannot just come up and say everything has to be on terms. They have to negotiate it. It's like you are buying markets. Contract terms shall be considered unfair where there is an imbalance in right. If there is an imbalance, if you borrow 100,000 naira, within 2 months that money 100,000 has turned to 250,000. That is imbalance. That is unfair advantage. They're trying to extort you. They're trying to make you feel unimportant. You will see that. You should see that everything like that is void and null. Right and obligation which are detrimental to the consumer. So they're protecting you. Anything that will be detriment that is causing a lot of problem for you, by default that thing is gone. Section 3.31, it says, without limitation to the general meaning of unfair contract terms, a contract term is considered unfair. Look at it now. They've listed all the unfair. It's considered unfair if, number one, A, eliminates or limit the liability of an institution to loss at cost to a consumer by misrepresentation, negligence, and misleading information on its product or services. So this let's read it again. If it eliminates or limits the liability of an institution to loss caused by consumer, so it is called unfair too. Representation. Now, number B, it is called bind a consumer to an obligation while the corresponding obligation on the institution is conditional. So you are binding me to an obligation that is difficult for me to pay. For instance, you are adding 1% daily on my loan, which is outrightly against another policy which I'm going to show. That is called unfair lending. So that is it. That is what we're saying here. Terminate a contract or alter its clauses without reasonable notice to the customer. You can't just wake up and say you want to just be doing anything without informing me that I borrow from you. It's not possible. We are not going to accept. Otherwise, we take it to court. Now, let's continue. Let me just jump. Number F, eliminate or limit the right of consumer to seek legal redress in event of a breach. They don't want legal redress. Okay, this one is completely applicable to, let's say for instance, if it is a collateral based loan. Some loan company will just seize your contract, your properties without going through court. That is what we are just trying to say here. That is unfair. Let's continue. Allow unilateral change to the contract without stating the circumstances under which the change could be made. You can negotiate anything with loan apps or loan company. Now, purport to waive any protection provided by a law, regulation, or guideline. Anything that has to do with guideline and they are violating it, but that thing is unfair. Now, another thing is unfair terms used in contract are void. Check this one out. This is powerful. Unfair terms used in contracts are void and shall not be binded on consumer. Any unfair terms, they are void by default. Any 1% loan, 1% daily overdue are void by default because it violates CBN policy. I'm going to show you that one too. It violates it. So by default is void and null. Don't deceive you. Anybody that is adding 1% on your loan is void and null. Let's continue. Contract terms that conflict with any laws or regulations are null and void by default. No, there is nothing to discuss about it. to the extent of their inconsistency. Anything you do, any terms, that agreement is null and void. But the meaning of null is irrelevant. Adding 1% on your loan every day is irrelevant. It's null and void. Don't be a mumu. No, wake up from your slumber. That's just it. You are now obliged to pay that kind of money. Know your right as a borrower. Know your right. It's null and void. That terms is null and void by default. Where there is any doubt or ambiguity about the meaning of the term used in a contract or other document provided to a consumer, the interpretation must be favorable to the consumer shall prevail. If there is any issue between you, they are going to consider consumer, not lenders, because they know that their wayo is too much. So you need to get this thing right. Know your right as a borrower.